Hey ladies, I'm Jade Ocean. Today we're going to work on a flow for our babies. It's going to help us to feel strong in our entire body. So make sure that you have a bolster if possible, and then also a couple of blocks. And then grab your water. Make sure you stay hydrated. Don't wait for me to give you cues. Go ahead and take a break if you need to. So grab your stuff and I'll meet you on your mat. Okay, mama, so let's begin actually in a Virasana pose. So we're gonna grab our block and then we're gonna just place it long from ankle to ankle and then go ahead and take a seat. So your sitting bones are on the block. We're gonna press the top of the shins into the floor. We're gonna press the top of the feet into the floor, have our knees in front of us about hip distance apart. Go ahead and relax your hands just on top of your thighs here. Sit up nice and tall. Find that natural curvature in your spine. Reaching through the top of the head. Just take a few moments here to connect with the breath. And drawing that energy in through the nose, down to your baby. Nice slow controlled exhale. And let the shoulders be soft. Just checking in with the quality of your breath, seeing, does it feel full right now? Does it feel a little restricted? I'm just trying to work with that. So we want to try to create an equal inhale and exhale. So just working on creating that. In through the nose, out through the nose. Think of drawing baby in, lifting from below. So we're lifting from the block up through the center of the body. The elbows just fall back. Let's take a deep breath in together. We're going to count to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4, 3, 2, 1. And just continue with that breath on your own. Maybe you begin to bring your hands to your baby. And just feeling your baby, connecting with your baby on the breath. Drawing the energy right down to his home. Feeling the earth below you. Feeling stable. Feeling grounded. Let's take one more full breath in. And then let's take one more full breath in together. And then open mouth, exhale nice and slow. You can release your hands back down. Maybe you blink your eyes open. Okay, so let's remove our block and then we're just going to come into tabletop pose. So you can place your block just off to the side here. And then make your way to tabletop, so hands and knees. We want our hands underneath our shoulders. Knees are going to be underneath our hips. And then we're just going to really draw baby into our body. We're not drooping the lower back here. Pressing the shins again into the floor, the tops of the feet into the floor. Think of lifting through the arms, creating that space here. Pull the shoulders down. Take a breath here and just move in your body. So maybe swaying the hips side to side. And pressing into the hands, lifting up through the arms, through the legs. Maybe you begin to sway your hips just side to side, just moving with your breath. Keep cradling baby into your body. Keep space in the neck. It's like you're rocking so slowly through space right now, just moving so gracefully. And we're just going to open up the upper body a little bit. So the wrists, the hands, If you're doing lots of yoga, you know that we're on our hands a lot, and with the baby, it puts a little bit more pressure there. So we're just gonna open that area up just a little bit more. So let's go ahead and flip our palms. So we're gonna go on the backs of the hands and have the fingers to face each other. Make sure the hands are still underneath the shoulders. Let's take a full deep breath in here. And exhale. We're just gonna sway side to side with the shoulders. Keep moving with your breath. Supporting our baby, lifting our baby into our body. Swaying side to side with the shoulders here. And opening up the wrists. Opening up the forearms a little bit. The front of the forearms. Okay, let's come right back to neutral. Then we're just going to begin to extend the elbows out to the side. So just a little bit of a push up here. So inhale and then exhale, release the elbows out to the side, and then inhale, come right back to the top. Exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, right back up. One more time, lower it back down. And then let's make a little fist with the hands if you can. And then we're just gonna lift all the way up as far as you can. Maybe you keep your elbows bent here. That's perfectly fine. Just as far as you can go. This is just gonna go a little bit deeper into that wrist stretch. You may notice even on the back of the hands here. Take a full breath here. And exhale. Let's sink the hips back. Extend the hands just in front of us. We're just going to reach all the way coming into a puppy pose. So now our hips are going to be right over top of our knees. Okay, let's bring it all the way back up here. So we're going to flip the palms now. We're going to have the fingers facing backwards. We're going to bring our hand right in line with our knees here, a little bit closer to the knees. Bring your knees out just a little bit further and bring your toes to touch. And we're just going to sink the hips back just a little bit. You can stay elevated up a little bit. You'll notice as you come back that, woof, that's a lot of stretching on the forearms right now. So just go back as far as you can. Keep pressing into the earth with the tops of the feet, with the shins. Take a breath here. And exhale. Keep the breath moving. Inhale. And exhale. And let's work our way into a little bit of a cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, lift the heart up. And then exhale, roll, pushing the bottom of the palm into the floor. Roll the spine up. Inhale, you can peel the bottom of the palm up. Press the fingers into the floor, pull the heart through. And then exhale. So we're reaching up through the arms here. Inhale. And then exhale. Spine goes back. And let's sit all the way back nice and slowly and just peel the palms all the way up, all the way until the fingers come up off the floor. You can reach your hands out in front of you, directly in front of you here. Spread fingers. Keep breathing. And then just open, close the hands just a few times here and shake it out. Okay. Let's come right back to our tabletop pose, pressing the hands into the earth, pressing the shins into the earth, the tops of the feet, pointing your toes back, spin the triceps back. Take a breath here, lifting your baby, your beautiful baby into your body. And exhale. Think of your inhales as drawing your attention to the mat. So we want to really pay attention to the space right now, letting go of anything outside of this. So anything that doesn't serve us right now. And when we're pregnant, we have a lot of worries. We have a lot of thoughts going through our minds, a lot of feelings going through the body. So we just want to really pay attention to right here, right now. One more full breath in and exhale. Let's extend our right foot straight back. We're going to keep the toes curled on the floor, stretching out the calf here. Think of really tightening that right glute. And we're going to pull the hip down just a little bit. Take a breath in and exhale. Keep your baby lifting into your body. Let's press into the right hand. We're going to extend that left hand just out in front of us. Maybe you keep it lower. Maybe you're able to lift it a little bit higher. We're reaching through the fingers. And maybe you begin to lift that right leg up, coming for a sunbird. You can begin to straighten the toes straight back here. So we're reaching through fingertips and toes. You don't have to be up so high. You can just hover your foot on the floor as well. Really lifting baby into the spine. Finding your balance here. Looking down. Or can you find space here with the strength? One more reach. And very carefully release the hand and the knee back down. Shake the hips out. Let's switch sides. So let's extend that left foot straight back. We're going to keep the toes curled onto the floor here, stretching out the calves, the Achilles. Take a breath and exhale. Let it go. I'm building up that strength for you and your baby here. We're going to begin to reach that right hand up. You can either keep it just floating above the floor here, or you can bring bicep up by the ear. We want to keep that left glute nice and strong. Keep that left ankle nice and loose here. And maybe you begin to lift that left leg up as you press into the left hand. Remember, keeping baby lifting up, nice and supported. Keep breathing. You can reach back with your toes here, through fingertips, through your toes, reaching as far out as you can, front and back. So think of reaching through all angles here. So even though we're pressing into the earth with the left hand, we want to reach up through the arm as well. And also to that right hip, we want to keep that right hip pulling in and lifting up through the leg, lifting up through the baby, through the belly. And then exhale, very slowly release the right hand and the left knee down. Shake out the hips. And then let's open the knees up a little bit. Walk the hands forward. We're going to come right back into our puppy pose here. You can release your chin to the floor. Maybe you can release the heart to the floor. So inhale, we want to try to find that length in the spine, that space. And the exhale, just a bit of a surrender here. So just relaxing the body. Let's walk the hands right back in. Coming right back to our tabletop. We're going to press into the mat, open the knees up a little bit, curl the toes under, and come up into our down dog. So lifting the hips straight up, finding space in the torso and the side body up through the arms. Full breath in here. And exhale. And if this is feeling a little bit much for you and you want to get off the hands a little bit, you can always use your blocks. So you can place your blocks just on the floor here where your hands are going to go. Make sure your blocks are secure. And just put your palms, you're going to place the bottom of the palm on the edge of the block. And make sure those blocks don't move here. If they move, then stay on your mat. Keep your knees bent. Otherwise, you can come into this little elevated down dog here. So bending the knees, making sure we're a little bit wider than hip distance, making space for our baby. Allowing our spine to remain neutral. Keep the breath going. One more full breath in. And exhale, release the heels down. Find some space here. So you maybe need to walk up a little bit closer. You may need to keep your knees bent a little bit more here. Keep lifting your baby up. Keep finding space in the side body, in the shoulders, the neck here. You can let your neck hang. One more breath here. And exhale, let's bend the knees and then begin to walk forward all the way into our forward fold. So our feet are going to be right behind the hands. And then let's inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Let's grab our elbows here and just let our upper body hang here. So we want to press evenly into the feet. Make sure our feet are a little bit wider. And open the legs up a little bit so we're able to just kind of let our torso, our babies, fall right between the legs here. And then pull those inner thighs in a little bit, hugging the baby. And maybe you sway side to side here, just utilizing the legs, letting the upper body relax. Full breath in. Think of lengthening the spine down. Swaying side to side, moving with your breath, really focusing on the quality of your breath in each pose, each movement. Realizing how important your breath is for you and your baby. Let's release the hands down. You can bring them to the blocks if you have the blocks. Inhale, halfway lift again. And exhale, press into the feet, sink the hips down. And then we're just going to reach the hands up overhead, coming into Utkatasana. Stay here. Press the shins back. Maybe your hands are reaching in front of you. And then exhale, draw your hands to heart center, standing all the way up. Inhale, swipe the hands down, coming right up overhead. Exhale, sink the hips right back down to our Utkatasana. Deep full breath in here. And exhale, forward fold. You can lift the hips up. Inhale, halfway lift up. And exhale. You can press into the mat or into your blocks, and let's step back with the left foot followed by the right foot. Let's lower the knees down, shift forward. Maybe you come for just a little bit of a plank, or you can lower down to chaturanga. You could just do a baby chaturanga, so go as low as you feel comfortable. Maybe you lift right back up to plank. Maybe you pull it through for a little bit of an urdhva, so a little up dog. And then exhale, hips sink back, press into the mat or into your blocks, lift right back up into your down dog. Take a breath. Exhale, let it go. Moving nice and slow for you and your baby. Keep that breath moving through your body. We don't want to be out of breath right now. So again, pressing into the blocks or into the mat, lifting up through the side body. Let's bend the knees and begin to walk all the way up, nice and slow. Making your way to forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Make sure you have space for you and your baby. Inhale, press into the feet. We're going to extend the arms up, sink the hips back right into our Utkatasana, chair pose. Take a breath here. Stay with me. And exhale, press through the feet, hands come right to Anjali. Inhale, sink the hips straight down, swipe the hands right in front of you, reach them right up overhead, coming right back into our Utkatasana here. And then exhale, we're just going to bring the body to sink right below the hips. So we're keeping our legs parallel and extending the hands straight back behind us like we're flying. Keep pressing evenly into the feet. Extend back through the arms. Stay here. Keep breathing. Think of pulling the mat apart here. Really activate the legs. And exhale. Hands come down, hips go up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Hands press into the blocks or into the mat. Let's step back with the left foot and keeping the right foot right behind the right hand. Take a breath here. Exhale, release the left knee down, and then we're just going to uncurl the back toes. We're going to inhale. Maybe you can use your thigh to lift all the way up. Reach the arms straight up overhead. And exhale, bring your hands to Anjali. Stay here, pressing into the hands. Pull the right hip back. Keep lifting your baby. Think of lifting through the center of the body all the way up through the crown of the head here. Find your balance. Swipe the hands right back up. And then exhale, release the hands right back to the block. Curl the back toes. Lift that back knee up. We're going to press that right foot straight back, coming into a plank. Lower the knees down. Maybe you shift forward. Lower either chaturanga or plank. Stay in plank. You could pull it through to urdhva or right back up to plank. And then exhale, sink the hips back and press into the ground. Lift the hips right up to our Adho Mukha. Just building up a little bit of energy through the body, a little bit of strength throughout the entire body. Last inhale here. And exhale, let's bend the knees and begin to walk forward again, right to our forward fold, or Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press into the feet. Sink the hips back. Coming right into our Utkatasana, our chair pose. Think of spreading those legs apart. So we're pulling the mat apart with our feet. Stay with me. One more full breath in. Lifting baby into the body. We're going to press into the feet. Hands right to Anjali. Inhale, sink the hips back. Coming right back into our chair pose. Exhale, let's just pivot down. We're going to keep sinking the hips down. Extend the arms back. Skier squat pose here. Use the strength of the legs. Pull the heels apart here, really activating the entire leg, the glutes. Let's exhale, release the hands down, let the hips come right back up. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, press into the blocks or into the ground. We're going to lift that right foot straight back, coming into a lunge. Lower the right knee down, uncurl the toes so they point back. And then you can use your thigh to just press up from that left front heel. Bring the hands right up, or low lunge here. And then exhale, hands to Anjali. Press into the center of the palms, energizing out through the elbows, really activating. Even though we're using our lower body right now, we're still creating the strength and the space in the upper body as well. Pull that left hip back. Again, lifting baby up through the midline. And keep your attention to your baby. Keep drawing that breath right down to his home. Nice and slow. Let's inhale, extend the arms right back up. Exhale, tip forward, release the hands right onto the blocks. Curl the back toes. Lift that back knee. And then we're going to press that left foot to meet the right foot. Lower the knees right back down. Shift forward maybe to chaturanga. Maybe you stay in plank. Maybe you pull forward to a little baby up dog. You can keep your hips up a little bit too. So whatever feels good for you. We don't want to put too much of a back bend, putting too much pressure on the abdomen. Sink the hips back. Curl the toes. Press into the hands. Lift it right back up to Adho Mukha. Let's bend the right knee, sink that left heel down. And then very slowly, let's switch it out. So bending the left knee, sinking the right heel down. And maybe just keep pedaling your dog. Maybe you sway your hips side to side. So just moving for your own body here, whatever feels good for you. Whatever feels good for you and your baby here. You're always welcome to come into Balasana, drop the knees down and take a rest as well. Let's meet in down dog. Take one more breath in. And exhale, bend the knees. Again, we're just going to walk forward right into our forward fold. Take a breath. Take a breath to inhale for half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Again, pressing into the heels. We're going to sink the hips back. Coming right into our skier squat here. So extend the arms straight back here. Press into the feet evenly, pressing more into the heels here. And we're going to pull the heels apart. So you'll notice the outer hips really activating here. We want to make sure our spine is not rounding. So sinking. So making enough space that way then you can sink between the legs here. We want to keep the front hip flexors nice and soft here. Really extending through the arms, pulling the shoulders down. Inhale, reach the arms out in front of you. Press into the heels, stand it all the way up. I know it's a lot on the legs. Bring your hands right to Anjali. Shake it out. Let's draw your hands right down to your baby and just move side to side, just rocking your baby. Draw that breath right down to your belly. Okay, arms are going to come right overhead as we sink right back down to our And exhale, right into our skier squat. Hands come straight back. Keep strong legs here. Keep lifting up through the midline. Keep lifting baby up into the body. And then release the hands down. We're going to sink the hips straight down. Maybe you grab one of your blocks here and you can release your glutes right onto the block here. So you can go a little bit lower if you like, right into our Malasana Pose. So you can extend the feet out just a little bit wider. We're going to sit up nice and tall here. And bring your elbows onto your thighs, the top of your thighs. So we're just going to sit up nice and tall. And just take a break. Reconnecting with your breath. Try to slow your breath down. So we're just going to do a little bit of pelvic lifts here. So we're going to think of lifting from below, lifting up almost like it's level. So we're going to go 4 levels. We're going to keep lift, 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 not necessarily squeezing, but a lifting sensation. We want to get these muscles nice and strong to help us through our delivery of our baby, to help us after postnatally. We want to make sure everything is strong down there to secure all those internal organs. So we're going to do 4 levels here. We're going to think of lifting on the inhale. We're going to go first floor, second floor, third floor, and 4th floor, and then hold for just a moment. And then exhale, 4th floor, 3rd floor, 2nd floor, 1st floor, and then release and take a breath. Just relax. Let's do that again. So let's begin to inhale as we lift through 1st floor, 2nd floor, 3rd floor, 4th floor. Hold, lifting up, not squeezing, but lifting, and then release from 4th to 3rd to 2nd to 1st. Nice and controlled, and then relax. Go ahead and inhale and exhale. Just trying to turn your attention inward here. So noticing your body moving internally. So maybe you could see your heart beating. You could see the breath flowing right down to your baby in there. Let's go ahead and do this a couple more times. We're going to lift on the inhale. So 1st floor, 2nd floor, 3rd, and 4th. And then hold and release 4th. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. 3, 2, and 1. I know you're nice and strong. You have the power and the strength to get through this. Do one more time on your own. Inhale. Lift. And then nice and slow, make sure you release nice and controlled. Okay, let's release our left hand down just towards the foot here. So you can bring it on top of the foot, just to the outside maybe even. And then we're just going to reach the right hand out to the side. Take a breath. And exhale. Inhale, maybe you extend to open up towards the right side, reaching up towards that right corner. Really opening up that left knee. Keep the right knee open as well. Just a little twist here in our Malasana Pose. Release that right hand down. And come back to neutral. And let's do the same thing on the opposite side. So bring your fingertips either on top of your foot here, your right foot, or on the outside. We're going to open that right knee up and keep that left knee open too. So you're going to feel it in your glutes here. Extend your left hand just out to the side first. Think of inhale for lengthening. Exhale, softening the muscles. And then we're going to begin to maybe open up towards that left side, reaching up towards the corner. And you're more than welcome to stay lower too. You don't have to reach up so high. So whatever feels comfortable for you. We want to find comfort here. We don't want to push ourselves too hard. And then release that left hand down. Let's press into the feet. We're going to lift the hips up here. So you can use the hands to lift the hips up. And coming into a forward fold. Exhale. Let's move our blocks either to the side or to the front of the mat so you can use it for your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, plant the hands down. We're going to step back with the left foot followed by the right foot. Drop the knees down. Let's shift forward maybe for a plank here. You stay here in plank, or you can lower down chaturanga. Inhale, back to plank or baby up dog here. And then exhale, sink the hips back, curl the toes under, pressing right back into our down dog. Let's bend the knees, and we're going to walk the hands actually back this time. So bend the knees, coming right back to our skier squat. So knees are going to be over the heels. We're going to bring those hips down so the thighs are parallel to the floor. Extend the hands straight back. Keep lifting baby into the body. Find strength in the legs here, in the torso, in the arms, space in the neck. Keep the breath going. You guys are strong. You can get through this. One more time. Extend the arms in front of you. Inhale. And then press through those strong legs, lifting you and your baby straight up. Hands right to Anjali. Right down to your baby. Sway it out side to side. Okay, you can bring your feet a little bit closer together. We're actually going to take a step forward here. So coming into a little triangle pose. And then we're going to pivot that back heel towards the back side of the mat here. So toes are pointed forward. You can have them pointing in, angled in just a little bit. And then let's bend into that front knee here. So coming into our Vira 2 stance here, you can open the legs a little bit wider. Really drawing that outer edge of the back right foot into the floor. And we want to really tuck that left hip under. So really opening up the legs here, activating the glutes, lifting your baby into your spine, pulling the spine down, so elongating through the spine. Extend the arms out to the sides. Maybe you begin to gaze over those front fingertips. Elongating through the side of the body, lifting the ribs up off the torso. Then exhale, softening the shoulders down. And strengthening our legs here for our delivery for our baby. That's going to really help us through that beautiful time in our life. Let's release the right hand down. We're going to flip that left palm and just reach up overhead. So gazing, maybe you gaze forward here. Maybe you gaze to the side. We want to avoid a back bend. So we want to go a little bit more into a side bend here. So keep bending into that front knee. Keep breathing. Let's turn and gaze back at our right hand. Keep pulling that right thigh back. And then inhale, bring the hands right back out to the side. Exhale, let's release that left elbow onto the thigh. We're going to reach up overhead here. Batakanasana. Pull that right hip down. Pull that left hip back. Either you can stay here or you can come in for a bind. So reach that right hand behind the back and try to hook the hand around that left hip if you can, right? Into the little crease there. Keep breathing. Keep the legs nice and strong. This allows a space in the upper body. One more breath. And exhale. Let's bring the hand right back up. And stand right back up into our Vira 2. We're going to press to straighten that front knee. Full breath in. And let's pivot that left foot in so that way it's and let's pivot that left foot in parallel with the right foot. Take a breath here. Reach your arms up overhead. Exhale. Let's tip forward from the hips. So we're going to pivot all the way forward very carefully, lifting the front thighs, sealing the outer edges of the feet, coming in for a forward fold, Prasarita. Just taking a few breaths here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then let's bring our hands right onto our hip creases, and we're just gonna stand all the way up here. We're gonna pivot our heels in, so our toes and our knees are pointing out in the same direction, coming into a goddess pose. Sink the hips down, bring the hands forward. Inhale, reach them straight up overhead. And exhale, sink down a little bit lower. Lift through the center of the body, pulling baby into your body, really opening up those knees, those feet. Stay with me. Release both hands onto the thighs here, and then we're just going to press into the thighs, the top of the thighs, and let's release the right shoulder down, pulling the left shoulder back. Inhale here, and then exhale, switch it out. Left shoulder comes forward, right shoulder goes back, little twist here. Inhale, switch it out again, right shoulder forward, little twist. Switch it out, left shoulder forward. And come back to neutral. Let's extend the hands out in front of us one more time. Sink a little bit lower. Exhale, stand it right back up. Draw your hands right to Anjali. Press into the palms. Let's pivot those left toes forward. You can angle them in just a little bit. And then from our hip here, we're going to turn the whole entire front right leg forward here. Rebend into that right leg. Inhale, bring the arms up into our Vira 2 here. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Opening up that right knee, that toe forward to the mat here. Find strength in that back leg. Lifting baby up, pulling to elongate the tailbone down. Keep breathing. Find your strength in this pose. Gazing over those front fingers. And release the left hand down. We're going to flip the right palm and just reach behind the back here. Take a breath. Exhale, release the head down to gaze at that left hand down the thigh. Keep pulling that left thigh back. Inhale, come right back to your Vira 2. And then exhale, release the right elbow onto the thigh. We're going to reach up overhead into our Batakanasana, pulling that right hip back, energizing through that left leg. Maybe you go a little bit deeper and you can bring that left hand behind to clasp and bind behind that right thigh. Keep breathing. Inhale, if your arm's not up already, bring your arm up. Let's come right back into our Vira 2. We're going to straighten that front right leg, that right toe in, so feet are parallel. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold right into our Prasarita again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sink the hips back. We're going to pivot the heels in and then reach forward, coming into our goddess pose. So make sure your knees and your toes are facing the same direction here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, release that left hand all the way down to the floor. We're going to reach up with the right hand, a little twist. Exhale, switch it out, come through center. Right hand comes down, left hand opens up towards the sky. Again, let's switch it out. Keep using your legs as you sway side to side here. And exhale, come through center. Inhale, reach it up. One more time on each side. Stay with it. Your legs are so strong. You guys can do this. And switch it out. Right hand down, left hand up. And come right back. Both arms up. Stand it up. Oh my goodness. Hands to Anjali. Take a breath. Slow it down. And bring your hands to your baby. Try to slow your breath down. Let's go ahead and heel toe the feet all the way in. So standing nice and tall. And then we're just going to turn towards the front of the mat here. And then very carefully, you can use your thighs, bend your knees, and we're just going to sink all the way down into a kneeling pose. Cross your legs behind you, and then we're going to come just into a seated pose here. So take a breath and exhale. Inhale again. And sitting up nice and tall. Let's grab our bolster. So go ahead and grab your bolster and then just place it right behind you. And then you're going to actually come down onto your bolster with your back. So make sure you have a block close by. Grab a block, just place it off to the side of the mat here. And I just want you to roll down nice and slowly, very carefully, onto your bolster. So your back and the bottom of your head here is on top of your bolster, so you feel nice and secure. You're going to have your feet on the floor, knees are going to be up, so we're going to come into a bridge pose here. We're going to press into the feet, lift the hips up, take a breath here, tuck the shoulder blades under the back, grab your block, and you can place it right underneath your sacrum. So you can go whichever level feels good for you. Come a little bit higher if you're used to doing back bends, so you can lift it onto its tallest level. I suggest if you're a little further in your pregnancy, you don't push it too far, so don't go overboard. But do what feels comfortable for you. We're going to release the sacrum onto the block. Relax the feet. Keep pressing evenly into the floor though. Keep the knees level with the hips so we don't want them to fall out to the side or sway in right here. Okay, we want to stay nice and controlled. You can have your hands either above you, above the head. You can extend them out to the side, open, palms to the sky, whatever feels good for you. I encourage you just to sit with yourself right now, checking in with your mind, checking in with your baby. Just taking a few moments to be still. Just taking every chance you can to embrace the beauty of your pregnancy. This is such an amazing journey to be on, even when times are rough, even when it seems like there's a lot of aches and pains, physically or mentally. Just try to remember it's only temporary, and this is just such a beautiful experience to be able to create a life inside of you. Your body is working so hard, and just show yourself some gratitude. I mean, there's so much going on inside of you right now. Every moment. For you to take the time to focus just on you, to feel good, to feel calm, affects your baby and makes your baby feel the same way. It's so important to show gratitude for yourself, to love yourself. When you're ready, you can press into the feet. Lift the hips up just a little bit here. Remove that block off to the side. We're going to release the hips down. You can stay up on top of your bolster, which is nice if you're a little bit further into your pregnancy. Let's take a full breath here. And let's release the knees just off to the right side here. So if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can always bring your right foot, your right heel on top of your left thigh, and then walk that left foot out to the side here, to the left side a little bit more. And do whatever feels a little bit more comfortable for you, so we don't want to push it. One more breath in. Just really embracing the silence right now, this quiet time, just to stretch, to surrender. And let's release that right heel back to the floor if it was on the thigh. Bring the knees right back up. And then let's switch it out. So we're going to bring the knees off to the left side this time. And then again, if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can bring the left heel onto the thigh, not on the knee, but the thigh. If you want to go a little bit deeper, walk that right foot just out to the right side here. Just let everything surrender here. So letting go of tensions. No judging yourself. No stress, no pressure. Just letting yourself be. Allowing your face to relax as well. Everything just to soften here, surrender. And then let's release that left heel down. If it was up, bring the knees right back up. And you can very carefully bring your feet together, let your knees fall out to the side, and then make your way all the way back up here. And then we're going to come into our Batakanasana. So sitting up nice and tall, feet together again, knees splay out to the side. You can bring your hands right around your shins, sit up nice and tall. Inhale into the spine, so creating that space into the spine. Exhale, staying strong, staying anchored with your hands on your shins. Allow your eyes to close. Allow your breath just to become a little bit more natural, so not forced. Shoulders relax down, let gravity take over here. Okay, and then let's bring the legs just out in front of us. You could slap the backs of the knees on the floor just to shake it out a little bit. We're going to come in for our final pose, our Shavasana. So you could do a few things here. You can either just grab your bolster and place it long on the mat and then just fall over top of it. I suggest you fall to your left side, especially if you're a little bit further into your pregnancy, so second, especially third trimester. We don't want to put too much pressure on the right side or on the back. We have the varicava vein on the right-hand side here, and if we put too much pressure on it, it could cause a lot of dizziness, and it could restrict some flow to the baby. So we want to avoid that if we can. So if you choose to lay on your bolster or just lay on your side here, make sure you come onto your left side. You can also utilize a block, or if you have a blanket close by, you can do that as well, just between the legs. So go ahead and just fall right over top of your bolster. You can use your arm as a bicep pillow. You can bring a block between the legs just to create a little bit more evenness in the thighs here so it doesn't feel like it's putting pressure. Just take a deep breath in and exhale. Just reconnecting with your breath here, your baby. Just taking this stillness, this time to go a little bit deeper into that connection, that feeling of solitude, of silence, of surrender. What are you grateful for right now? Turning your gaze in, noticing your heart thumping, your baby growing, your body working, your breath flowing, that prana, that life, that energy all the way through each part of your body, through your limbs, down to your baby. Your breath is that connection from mama and from baby. Just remembering how important it is to take this time, even if it's just doing Shavasana, and especially if you do a full practice, to really feel grateful for you for taking the time to do it. It's so important to find time for yourself during this pregnancy. Anytime during your pregnancy can be a little bit stressful or overwhelming. So making sure that you take time to just be still and breathe. Remember, everything is only temporary. Everything will be okay. You're not alone. There's moms all over the world going through this. We are strong enough to get through this. And letting the face relax. Just letting go of tension right now. You're always welcome to stay in this beautiful pose. Enjoy the silence, the stillness. And if you're ready to make your way up, you can very carefully remove your block just off to the side. And then slowly, maybe you press your palm into the floor. Make your way up, shoulder coming first. Just rolling yourself all the way up to a seated pose. And coming into a comfortable seat for just a moment. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's bring our hands right to Anjali. Take a couple cleansing breaths here. Inhale. And exhale, let go of the practice. One more time, inhale. And again, exhale. Sealing in the practice today, I want to close out with the sound of Om. Remember, this is the sound of silence, the sound that lingers within us at all times, even when we're not saying the sound ourselves. It's there within us. Take a full breath in, all together. Om. Thank you for practicing with me today and letting me be part of this beautiful, amazing, incredible journey with you of pregnancy. I'm so glad I'm able to guide you. You trust me to guide you through this time. This is a beautiful time, and I'm grateful. I hope I see you again. Namaste.